How do you approach someone without them feeling like you are a creep? Start with a friendly comment or observation about your surroundings to break the ice. If they seem closed off or uncomfortable, back off. Sorry, I am no help, but I hear a lot of not to be a creep, but do not say this. Important tip: if you are getting the vibe that they think you are a creep, then they are not interested in you, when you should not try to convince them otherwise. You should walk away. Men will mistake kindness for sexual interest, and women will mistake sexual interest for kindness. This is always in the back of my mind. Start with a genuine smile and a respectful greeting. Make sure to keep a comfortable distance and be mindful of their body language. Initiate a conversation with a neutral topic or a light, friendly comment. The key is to be aware of their reaction and give them space if they seem uninterested or uncomfortable. With the guitar at hand, singing Creep by Radiohead. I think the biggest part is learning when to shut it down. So many guys just refuse to take no for an answer, or they linger when the other person clearly isn't interested. As long as you treat them like a normal person, it usually goes well. The moment you feel like you're bothering them, just say it was nice meeting you and leave. It's not hard. You're going to feel like a dumbass a few times, but at least you're out there trying. I met my girlfriend this way, but there was a lot of trial and error getting there. If it worked for someone like me, I'm pretty sure it can work for most people. Approach with a friendly demeanor and open body language. Start the conversation with a light, context-relevant comment or question, ensuring you respect personal space and are attentive to their comfort level. Being genuine and considerate in your interaction helps set a comfortable tone. I think most encounters that start with an approach are doomed. I always just picture some rando making a beeline for the other person as they are walking down the street. Their hackles will be out from the start, because people don't really meet people that way. People who approach you on the street are usually trying to panhandle, sell something, get their petition signed, or worst case scenario, rob you. Yes, even if that woman you see on the street is the prettiest woman you've ever seen. That doesn't make her your soul mate that you'll lose out on if you don't hit on her. You don't know anything about her at all. Meet people in places where you both have a reason to be, and talk to them like people. Don't open with a request for a date. Again, you know nothing about this person yet, and whether you'd even want to date them. Talk a few minutes, and you might find out they are a cloud cuckoolander who thinks aliens did 911. I've mostly met partners through mutual friends or at hobby events. Don't do it until you're confident you understand body language and how people signal they aren't interested without saying so. Turning away from you, keeping their headphones on or phone out, short answers that don't add anything to the conversation, arms crossed. These are signs that they aren't interested. Generally, the feeling of creepiness doesn't come from someone approaching you. It comes from someone not understanding or not caring that you aren't interested and continuing to engage, assuming you don't open with some kind of lewd or aggressive comment. Don't approach strangers in places where they can't leave, for example, if they are waiting on you at a restaurant, or in places where they are busy and unlikely to want to talk in the middle of a workout. Be friendly, polite, and disengage if they are giving off the vibe that they aren't interested. Be hygienic and presentable, leave plenty of space between you and the other person, and read your surroundings. It doesn't matter if you're attractive. You won't come off as a creep if you do these things. Talk to them like a normal person. Just act normally. People are social beings. Most will definitely talk to you. Be hot and dress normal is the safest way. Unless you're naturally very handsome, it's best to stick to dating apps and being set up by friends. If you know as a 99 certain someone is interested in you, then you may approach. However, if you're rejected, accept it immediately and move on immediately. The hard truth to this is that there is no trick. Basically, there isn't always some way to approach someone the right way. Sometimes, in some contexts for some people, they are just not there to be approached. And that is alright. That girl at the gym may just be there to work out, or the one at the bar may just be there for a night out with friends, or the one at the grocery store may just be there to get her shopping done. Sometimes there's just no right way to approach someone. They are not there waiting for someone to approach them, and hit on them, or talk to them, or whatever. Accepting this truth is the most important thing when it comes to meeting people like this, because most people assume that there's always a way and they are just missing it. Of course, that's not to say it is always the case, and it's not always apparent by just looking at someone. Sometimes you won't know until you try, but be understanding and don't push it if they don't want to talk to you. Other than that, if you generally can't tell what constitutes as creepy behavior and what doesn't, you have bigger problems. Do some throat singing and crab walk to them while not breaking eye contact. Then give them your 4-dimensional name and give them a firm handshake with your left foot. Make sure you're doing it in a place where people have a reasonable expectation of being approached. What Pickup Academy clowns miss is that nobody's in the mood to be hit on when they are doing errands. Have a normal conversation without making it about you trying to ask them out. Me personally, I find it's better if you remove your human skin mask and wash up a bit and maybe bring some muffins with you when greeting them. Well, I wouldn't approach in most circumstances. Unless I was asking for directions or if you genuinely have a nice compliment about something they are wearing and move on after without harassing them. Approaching someone for no real reason is a creep move in my opinion. I love talking to complete strangers at the bar, but that's the correct setting for this kind of thing. That's the neat part, you don't.